Hello, everybody. Welcome to another short draft with Chaser. Today's story is focusing on justice, and let me make sure that I actually have that. Yep, featuring justice up on my live tag. I forgot to do that for one of them, and when we went to the second episode, it happens. We are
Mm,
human and still a small endeavor. I would not call us a company because that would be an insult to companies everywhere. And now that we have subtitles turned on, so shortly after finishing off the Duke and letting him scur off to wherever it is that he planned on going, you guys, the four of you, five of you really, started working on getting the manor set up. But early within the month process, you notice that there are a few maps that show potential mining locations or mines that have been worked on that were abandoned. And one of them is X'd out with a note laying on the map
okay.
mentioning that there are creatures in the mines that have been killing off the workers. And it is becoming more, it's becoming too much of a sinkhole money wise.
Okay. Any idea what kind of creatures, or is it just miners disappearing?
Miners disappearing or showing up dead with uh looks to be bite marks.
Okay. Just bite marks. Okay, so something that does not use hands.
Something that does not use hands.
Okay.
It's obviously not investigated and just closed.
Mm-hmm. Well, what kind of mine is it?
It looks to have been a iron mine,
That would be useful. So,
especially if you can find miners that will actually work an area.
uh, I think it's time to investigate. I think that would be. Let's find out what's been killing off the miners and Uh, okay.
So on this particular session, I'm going to have you do all of your own rolls,
Okay.
which I know is a bit of a difference because I usually do stealth stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
this time around, I'll let you do all of your stuff and get ready.
Okay. Oh, shush you. There she goes, asking for attention yet again. Anyways, yes. Let's go have a look, see at what's going on with this mine because we want to get it back in production as quickly as possible. Iron being an incredibly useful material,
Oh, yes.
especially if we need to defend ourselves. We are going to need that for weaponry and defensive maneuvers and such.
So the actual trip takes you about 3 days.
Okay.
Going through the forests, moving mostly at night. You won't
Mm-hmm.
even have to roll. You'll be able to get there unseen.
Okay.
When you get to the mine itself, you notice that there are very simple tracks that lead outside of the mine,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a mine cart at the
Okay.
end of the tracks, and it is starting to look rusty. Like it looks to have been abandoned for a few months to possibly a full sun.
Okay. Well, it's definitely time to get it investigated. Unfortunately, not likely going to be able to find the reason for the miner's demise directly, but possibly remove a potential cause. So let's quietly make my way in.
All right.
With the mining cart being all rusted and all that, it's going to make way too much noise. So
And it hasn't been oiled or moved in a minute.
in weeks, if not longer. So yes,
That's you
definitely.
can easily tell it's been several moons, if not seasons.
Oh boy. Okay. So that's going to take a little bit to actually get back up and running, anyways. So then, yes, I'm going to start making my way in. I am going to quietly work my way in. Um, how's the? I'm assuming it's fairly dark in there.
Yes, anything that used to be a light source has either completely burned out or hasn't been lit in a while.
Okay. So I have a 20 for my stealth.
All right.
And let's make a perception check as well. Not so good. Only a 14.
All right. So for the first ways, how are you seeing in there?
Dark vision,
You have dark
90
vision?
feet. 90 feet.
Okay.
It would be counterproductive to be in as a gloom stalker if I didn't have the ability to see in the dark.
I didn't remember if Gloomstalker's got dark vision.
They get dark vision, and if you already have dark vision, it extends the dark vision to 90 feet.
Okay. Well, that works.
Yep. Got to remember that dread ambusher.
So as you're moving around, you do come across a skeleton. It's several hundred yards in.
Okay. I'm assuming there's really nothing organic left on it at this point.
Nothing organic left. Even the bones have a little bit of chewing marks. And
Pattern of the chewing marks.
give me a nature check.
Nature. That's so yay. That's one of my worst stats.
The ranger has a terrible nature check.
Yes, I went survival, not nature. 5.
5.
No clue.
You do know that it is a large creature, whatever it is.
Okay, that's good.
So let me.
La-da-da. Bonus. Okay. That's going to be a full attack. Oh, shites.
Okay.
Okay. So I do have my Iron Stone up. Iron Stone of Alertness, of
All right.
Awareness. So I don't get surprised.
It just makes it so you can't be surprised, correct?
Yep, that's all.
Okay.
No, my initiative comes in because of my Gloomstalker.
Oh, I was just wanting to check on other factoids of that, and if it only makes it that way you don't get surprised, that's perfectly useful to me. So, as you keep on, do you keep going in or
Yep, I keep on going because there's not much I can see in this here. This is not telling me anything.
give me another stealth and perception as you move on?
Okay, so let's go. Whoa, damn it. Okay, so stealth is a 15. And perception. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this die.
At some point,
13.
you will be getting one of these.
Oh, a dice gel. Nice.
With removable
Although
lid.
personally, I much prefer the one that it's not a dice jail. It's a dice pyre. That you show the rest so that they don't. Oh yeah, I fucking broke it. I'm not going to be able to get that one. I'm going to have to go.
What did you break?
The reacher bar.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so pull out my other sets of dice. There we go. I got 2 more D20s here. Okay. So yeah, that sucks.
So you said your stealth was a 15, correct?
Yes.
All right. There it is.
You would think with a +10, I would have a little bit better rolls.
You'd think.
No, that's the other campaign. I got to get my hands on one of those.
Well, there's always the chance of finding new things within the world. Rumors happen and stuff like that.
These are actually common magic items, so, but very, very useful. Takes the die rolling out of things for one action, but still.
So, as you continue moving in, it's another 500 yards, and you start hearing a sound on the ceiling.
Okay. Okay. Now, do remember that because of my Gloomstalker, okay, I am in, as they say, others gain no benefit from dark vision to detect me.
I know.
Okay. More than likely, I'm going to run into something with blind sight.
But you do have a strong feeling that whatever it is has spotted you. Do you actually actively look around for her?
Oh, yes.
As you look up, you do see this very large, like large-sized creature, large-looking centipede.
Okay.
But yeah, it has 2 rows of sharp, pointy teeth and tendrils coming out of its chin area.
Ooh, okay.
Give me a nature check real quick.
Hopefully roll a bit better on this one. Wow, a 17.
You know these creatures as carrion crawlers.
Okay.
And you also know these creatures have good sense of smell.
Mm-hmm.
And without a roll, you have a strong feeling that this one has sniffed you out.
Yeah, more than likely.
So on that note,
Initiative. Okay, so that is 18.
18. You will be able to get to go before it.
Okay, so then using my Dread Ambusher ability, First turn of combat, I get plus 10 feet to speed and an extra attack with the attack action. And if I take the attack action and that extra attack hits, it does a 1d8 damage.
All right.
Okay, so that means 2 bow attacks. Let's go back up. And I'm going to use my sharpshooter feat. So -5 to hit, plus 10 to damage.
All right. Make your shot.
You missed.
I have to roll again.
All right.
8 on my second roll because I rolled a 1.
You are fine. The first shot, as you're stepping to get a good angle on it, you accidentally don't realize exactly where you are, and you press into the wall just momentarily and fire a shot extremely low, and it pinks off of the wall. That is an arrow that you will not be able to retrieve.
That's fine. Oh, actually, speaking of which, yes, let's mark that. Okay, next shot. 15.
The 15 does hit.
Okay. So that is 17 points of damage.
All right.
And I need to get more d20s. Because these ones suck.
So as your arrow flies up into the creature's back, it does find a spot between the carapace and sink in.
That's good. Okay.
And on its turn, it's going to start scurrying across and down the wall to that spot that you had bumped into initially.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to make its attacks on you.
Okay.
First one is with its tentacles.
Mm-hmm. Do I know of any special effect of the tentacles?
With the 17, you did not.
Okay.
So
AC 17.
yeah, it will hit you with a 21.
Okay.
It will do 5 points of damage to you, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
Con saving throw. Okay, come on. Give me good rolls. 14.
14. You start to feel like your muscles tightening up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and like just starting to lock, but you're able to shake it off a little bit. Couple extra like bit of stretching in the middle of your movement.
Okay.
You pass, but barely.
Yikes. Okay.
And then it's going to lean down and try and bite you. Like it
Okay.
first the tentacles and then the mouth.
Yes.
And the bite does miss. It expected you to be like held in place, and you actually were able to dodge out of the
Move
way
back away.
quite handily.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. I forgot the backstab damage. Oh, well. Next time. It knows where I am now for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, it knew where you were beforehand.
Yeah, but it's... Actually, no, because backstab works as long as I don't have disadvantage. If I recall correctly. No, that's only if there's a fellow party member. So, no, okay. It knew where I was, so there's no way I could have done it anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neither of you are surprised, aside from, oh, hey, there's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And to which it thought is, oh, hey, food I don't have to leave home for.
Uh-huh.
And it is your turn.
It is my turn. Okay. Since it is now in melee range. Oh, shoot. I can't use that spell, can I? Hold on. I forgot the extra D8 damage. No, that was first shot. So nope, that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a bonus action, I am using Hunter's Mark.
All right.
So plus 1d6 damage from my weapon attacks.
And you get
Since I
bonuses for trying to track it down if it leaves.
yeah. And on top of that, this is from any weapon attacks. Because I've used my bonus action, I'm just dropping my bow and grabbing my 2 scimitars.
All right.
Okay. Can't do anything fancy with that. But hopefully this will do. So scimitar number 1. I'm assuming a 24 hits.
Yes, it does.
Okay. So that's 2d6 plus 4 damage. 10 points.
All right.
And I've already used my bonus action, so I cannot grab do my second attack. Okay. So
as you start slashing at it, the your swing does catch across its lower torso as it's wreathing up to be able to swing at you again. We're going to go with the tentacles first, which will handle a hit. I need a Constitution saving throw.
13.
13. You feel that like muscle tightening in, and you're kind of feeling a bit of a cramp, but you are able to shake it off.
Okay.
But it feels like it's trying to...
The poison is definitely trying to take hold of me. This is going to be useful.
And that is a total of 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And it's going to go for its bite attack. And you said it's a 17?
Yep.
Meets beats. Just barely. It's able to sink its teeth into you.
Ow.
For another 7 points of damage.
Ouch.
Its large, double-teethed mouth trying to nom on your arm.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking idiot.
It is your go.
What's it going to take for me to... Well, yeah. What kind of action do I need to grab my bow?
If you can pass... if you can pass a acrobatics check, I will give it to you for free.
Okay.
And be able to stow your swords.
Okay, good. How tall is this cavern?
It is 35 feet. If you're to climb the wall, it is 35 feet to get to the top.
Any ledges?
No.
Can I fire while flying?
Yes. As
So,
a small note,
yes.
you do, with how big this creature is,
Mhm.
there is not going to be a single place in this area that it cannot reach you.
Okay. So that completely defeats the purpose of that. So back
Yes.
to 2 swords then.
Giving you that heads up of this creature can reach into the middle from pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. I was going to be right up at the top and fire down at it.
And it had spider climb. Up at the top is where you saw it.
Yes, I know, but and then I realized, hold on, attack of opportunity. I do not need that. That would suck getting paralyzed as I'm taking off.
That would suck getting paralyzed on your solo adventure 30 minutes in.
Yes, that would definitely.
I'd have to pass you off to one of our other characters temporarily.
Okay, so I've got the spell. I want to check because I've got the favored foe. When I hit a creature with an attack roll, I can mark it as my favorite enemy for 1 minute. I deal extra damage to it. And this is over and above, requires me to concentrate like on a spell. I've already got a spell concentration. So, I have to roll concentration to see if I still have my hunter's mark.
Yes, you do. Both concentrations, because it did hit you twice.
Yes. And it's gone. My dice hate me today.
And you're in here without backup.
Yeah, I know.
Just wanted to double check. Did you leave a note before you left? This is what I'm doing.
I think I would. Yes.
Okay. On the off chance that we have to cut yours early, you can be a new mission.
I will be the rescue mission for someone else. Sounds good.
We don't want that to be the case, but if things go badly today,
yeah,
they at least know where you are.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's try again. So now I can use my 2 scimitars because I don't need the bonus action unless I want to. No, I'm just gonna go hit it twice. 14.
14 does barely scrape through the armor.
Okay, so that's yay! 10 points of damage, max damage.
Nice. As your sword cleaves into the carrion crawler, you make your second swing.
Mm-hmm. And that's also a 14.
All right.
So just another D6 in this case. Another 6 points. Yay! Okay. I'm feeling a little bit better about this. But I still need to find another D20. Because these ones suck! I have plenty of D20s, so.
As your second sword cuts into the creature, it lets out a horrific screech and then will disengage and start scurrying down into the cave farther.
Then that is a perfect time for me to grab my bow and fire at it.
All right.
That's much better. That's a 19. And no, I didn't say I was going to use my sharpshooter, so that's a 24 to hit, so 6 plus 5, 11 points of damage.
As your arrow sweeps out from your bow, the creature lifts its head up to screech out again, and you hit it right in the base of its neck. It does let out a screech as it falls down, dead.
Okay. So I'm going to make the assumption that this thing has buddies. So do I use my healing hands now? Or do I wait until it's a full action? Yes. I'm using my healing hands now, so I heal myself by 5 points.
All right.
Da-da-dum. So then grab my scimitars, because obviously I would have dropped them at this point in time to have gotten the quick shot off. Grab them, put them back away, and this one's not going anywhere. So I'm going to start looking around, seeing for anything else that might be coming my way.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Uh, 22.
22. You do hear, it sounds a good ways off, so the sounds of skittering from deeper in the caves.
Does it sound like one or more creatures?
It definitely sounds like more than one. And
So
with the level of sound, you aren't 100% sure, but you can't see them. That's for sure. You will only hear it.
Okay. Is the airflow going into the cave or coming out of the cave?
Most of the airflow is going into the cave.
Fuck. So there's no way I'm going to be able to sneak up on them. The only thing I can do is find a location where they might not expect me to be. Okay, I'm slowly walking forward, and I'm starting to examine everything up and around me, seeing if there might be a ledge or something like that I can get up to.
You are currently past the main mine area.
Mm-hmm.
The tracks are finished out about 200 yards back.
Okay.
And there looks to be materials to set up tracks going farther in.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also some dead bodies. You can tell that the carrion crawler problem started to become an actual problem.
Yeah. Okay.
As far as finding ledges, it looks like most of this has been burrowed out by the crawlers.
Fuck. Because the only thing I can see that might help is logicals. Okay. Hold on. Let me check that spell. I do. Oh. Okay. I can do that. Ensnaring Strike. What does it need as a save? Strength check. Okay. And it's large. Oh, larger creature has advantage on save throw. Fudge. Hail of Thorns. Hail of Thorns struts from your ranged weapon or ammunition. And everything within 5 feet takes in 1d10 damage. On a failed save, half as much. And it's a one shot only, but concentration up to a minute. Logicals. Oh, okay, that's not. Okay. I think this has become more of an exploratory mission now rather than an actual active mission because one of them caused me enough grief. If I get more than one, I'm likely up the Brown Creek without a paddle. Because just the damage alone would take me out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let alone the fact that you'll be probably making 2
at least
saves.
three saves every 2 rounds. Yeah. Or every 5 rounds. Yeah, no. So I'm going to go back to the carrion crawler that I did kill.
All right.
And I'm going to... Is it contact poison, I'm guessing, from the tentacles?
Give me a survival check.
That one I can do. That one's a little bit better. 23.
23. You do know that you can... it is a contact poison.
Okay.
And you are fairly confident that you can be able to get out the poison sacs if you are careful enough.
Okay. Can I cut off the tentacles? Now, are the poison sacs, are they in the end of the tentacle or are they in the chin area of
They're in the chin area.
So I have to do that here. Okay.
You can give me a sleight of hand.
I do have that. Uh, 16 plus 4, 20. Yay! Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You do start hurrying yourself, hearing the sounds of skittering, and you do realize that if you have someone that is skilled with it, they could possibly use the eyes or the brain or the blood for other things, but you're not focused on that right now. You literally just go through the eye to be able to get into where the poison sac is, and you're pretty sure that you have botched any other collection off of this. As a note, you'll only be able to collect one thing per kill. Either poison sacs, brain, eyes, or blood off of a carrion crawler. You might be able to come back later for some of its carcass. It does have a reasonable tough hide. But if you want to go for it now, it's going to take you a bit longer to skin that down.
Yeah.
But you are able to take a bit of old fabric, like a couple pieces of old fabric, as well as some canvas that you had found in the manor, like some waxed canvas, and you're able to wrap up the, like the entire tentacles and the poison sac. You're not 100% sure where the best way to extrude them is, but you at least have them.
Yeah.
And you are also not paralyzed during the process.
Oh, that's a bonus. That's definitely a bonus.
Give me another perception check real quick.
Natural 20. 29.
Natural 20. You're able to see just past your normal dark vision momentarily, like focusing hard down the hallway, and you're able to see 3 carrion crawlers, one on the roof and 2, they're triangled position.
Yep. Nope.
Moving your direction at a reasonably healthy clip.
Okay.
But you do have you are confident that you can outrun them.
Worst case scenario, I can outfly them. Once I get closer to the surface.
Give me a either athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
It comes out to a 23.
23. What were you using?
Acrobatics.
So as you start sprinting, you are actually feeling a little bit of a mild draft from how fast you're moving,
Mm-hmm.
and you're seeing pieces of wood that have collapsed, some bits of stone that have fallen from where the miners used to be working
Yeah.
that hasn't been able to be kept up,
Mm-hmm.
and you're starting to leap off and then force yourself gliding a little bit faster up, and it's a
Basically
combination.
running up and gliding and running up and gliding.
Yeah, it's a combination of parkour and mild flight with how small this area is.
Yeah.
It is a bit cramped for you, but you're actually able to start gaining away from them, losing them more.
Okay.
And as you see the light at the end of the tunnel, you're able to brace yourself enough to, as soon as you get to the top, be able to kick off of one of the rocks at the opening that was about knee height,
Mm-hmm.
and launch yourself into the air, giving
Okay.
yourself the added safety of, if they come outside, they can't get to you.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
You had
Now-
stopped tracking them visually
Mm-hmm.
after
But
a
I
little
think I can
while.
hear them.
Yeah. By the time you get to the top, you don't hear them at all.
Okay, so that means they might not like the light. But they can still smell, so that's not going to give me any advantage. I'm going to need to be better prepared for this. Okay, so you said I was able to grab the head of the carrion crawler?
You weren't able to get the whole head. You're able to get basically the lower jaw
Okay,
of the creature,
okay.
and to make sure that it fit well, you actually split the jaw in half at the bottom. So the poison sacs are intact. That is the part that you needed the most.
Yep. And so I guess it's time to go see the apothecary. Okay. Well, this was a little bit more eventful than I was expecting.
Your trip back to the manor, it goes without any issues.
Okay. That's good.
By the time you get back to the manor, there is you see Azarath focusing people on getting things set up, and he walks up to you. We've been working on your wing of the building. I was thinking of setting up a hunter's lodge with barracks for you.
That's a very good combination. Much appreciated.
And the others wanted me to let you know that they went into Mandan for doing work on getting things connected between the manor and the town. Tala is with them.
Okay. Good. Good.
I will stay here and watch over the workers. We have a few people from town as added guards. I'll keep them relatively in line.
Sounds like a great idea. Okay. Sounds like you're doing a great job. Much appreciated. Okay, I'm going to be heading into town for a little bit. Once I'm back, let's have a... Actually, you know what? Let's do a quick overview of what you've got here right now, and then I will head into town because I have some business in there. So basically, I want to make the rounds and see, okay, what they have set up and make any suggestions as I feel might be appropriate.
The north wing, which I know is the one that faces the most away from the
Mhm.
from the main road. That is where we are setting up the library. It looks like we'll be able to outfit it initially with a single floor.
Okay.
Sorka is getting that set up nicely. The east wing, which is the one that is closer to the front, because we are off center. The east wing is where we are setting up your tavern.
Okay.
And
that
the
has
south
been
wing with the with the main entrance is we're setting up your lodge on the east wing, and
Yeah.
the tavern that Dionysus has mentioned is going to be at the south wing to the main entrance.
Which makes sense considering it's going to be the closest to.
And the west wing, we are setting up several of those ballrooms and repurposing them into a guild hall.
Okay.
Now we need as well as to be able to set up the actual guilds.
Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming, okay, so these are the various craft guilds. I'm guessing.
I know that he brought the certification for a merchant's guild, and if this town is worth anything, they've probably got connections with both the the Docks Guild, and the Mariners Guild.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
As a game to, as a game note, guilds can be replaced with unions.
Guilds can be replaced with, sorry?
You can replace the word guild with union
Okay.
for essential range.
Yeah.
Dionysus did take all of the contracts that the Duke had written up, but we still have the 5 contracts with other seals on them.
Okay. Those should definitely be looked at before we potentially lose any opportunities.
As a reminder, those contracts that he's mentioning are indentured contracts.
Mm-hmm. So, in other words, people to be freed. And offered actual living wage opportunities for them. Okay. You know what? This head's going to last a little while. Let me go look see at those contracts.
All right. He takes you up into the office of the South Wing, which is Dionysus's room / office.
Okay.
And which is also it's not the same room that the
ex-Baron was there.
Right. But most of the paperwork for that has been moved to his room.
Okay.
the ex-duke had a lot of different hats that he was wearing, and
Hmm.
stuff seems to be reallocated per person.
Okay. Do I know if Dionysus wanted to take care of these contracts on his own, or is this something that any one of us can
He
attend to?
didn't leave any notes for it,
Okay.
but you do notice that uh, all of these have different wax seals into them,
Hmm.
and there are some papers that have the Duke's seal on it,
Hmm.
but it looks like the only reason that they were kept is as reference notes.
Okay.
Like the words on them are useful, the seal means nothing to me. Uh,
Sounds good. Okay.
give me a history check at disadvantage.
I don't think I needed a disadvantage, but okay, fine. History at disadvantage. Okay. 9.
9. You are able to recognize one of the seals.
Hmm.
It is a uh, hunter trapper guild.
Okay.
The notes on it are the burning down of a hunting lodge
Okay.
and payment back within a year, depending on retrieval.
Okay.
Uh,
Hold
skipping
on. So
over, huh?
somebody burned down the guild, and they found the responsible person, and that person has to work for a year to pay things off. Is
Yes,
that
that's
what
what the
it is?
contract shows.
Okay.
And by the looks of the price on it, it's not like a big lodge. It's more like a log cabin
Yeah.
for maybe 5 people
Yeah.
comfortably. So, in your experience dealing with passing through those kinds
Hmm.
of areas,
Hmm.
uh, that normally they say, "Oh yeah, it fits 5." You'll find 10 to 15 have use that regularly
Yep.
and work in rotations
Hmm.
and occasionally sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, they're mostly rangers and druids that deal with that kind of stuff. So,
Half the time they're not even in the building.
right. The building is a lot of storage
Hmm.
and maintaining stuff like that, the storage that it has, product that was possibly lost during it.
Hmm. Okay.
And there is
Uh,
a name
any
attached to uh, this person's contract as a overseer.
Okay. So I want to go have a chat with the overseer. Whereabouts is this lodge?
It is to the
Like, is it within a day's travel?
the old lodge was about 3 days from here.
Okay, so then I definitely have to take care of this poison before I actually head out that way. Okay, so I'm going to grab this contract. I'm going to go see the details of it and find out, um, is this a fair situation? Do I have to step in? What have you? So let's pop over to the apothecary.
All right, that takes you about 2 days to be able to get back down rushing. It took you 3 days to get up here initially.
I, I'm already back at the lodge. Oh, the lodge from the city town is a couple of
The
days.
manor is a couple days.
That's right. Duh. Which direction is the lodge in relation to the town?
Uh, that lodge is closer.
Yeah, but direction-wise, is it
Oh,
en
the
route?
town is south. The lodge is almost due east.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer this head's going to last, specifically the poison in it.
If you keep it inside your pocket and you don't open that particular pocket,
Point taken.
it will be able to
I
last
forgot about
longer.
I forgot about that. Yes, the adventurer's code. That works well.
Yes. You just have to remember to not open up that pocket. And note, whatever pocket you choose will only have those items. You have to empty them out completely to be able to fit them in.
Yeah, that's not a problem. That works. Okay. I've got. Did I? Okay. I didn't write that info down. Okay, yeah, not a problem. So yes, one of the bigger pockets is currently being used for the head. That means I can go check out the hunting lodge.
Or at least where they are mentioned to be
Yep,
using.
sounds good.
Because the actual hunting lodge is being repositioned. Due to a fire.
No idea why. Yeah, yeah. Most game and such is gonna be spooked for quite some time.
Give me a survival check.
That's something I'm actually half decent at.
I would have given you advantage, but you're tracking the most elusive of prey. Hunters looking to hunt other things.
Okay, 18.
18. It takes you a good bit of time, but you are able to track down one of the hunters in the area,
Mm-hmm.
and they're able to point you in the proper direction.
Okay.
And you are able to come across, as you continue walking, you notice that the landscape starts becoming more sparse wood wise,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like there has been trees cut down recently.
To rebuild, understandable. Okay.
Give me. Do you have your Ironstone up, or are you going around without it?
The only time it would come down is if I was asleep because, well, so again, all it does is I'm aware of things. That's about it.
You see the Ironstone go from above you to dropping down into your line of sight, and then
Okay.
darting behind you.
Okay.
And as you turn to look at it, you are face to face with a figure in like brush overgrowth, homemade ghillie suit cloak.
And he was able to pass a 19 passive perception.
Yes.
Nicely done.
And you're able to see just like the thinnest bit of eye openings
Mm-hmm.
as she says, as she is pointing a bow at you. What brings you into the woods?
The lodge. I needed to talk with the overseer concerning a certain contract and punishment that was set up, and I show the piece, the scroll.
Glad to see that at least someone is looking over that.
Let's just say there's new management in the area.
Hopefully the management will actually start paying off the debt that they had claimed over. We are about 4 months away. If he doesn't keep fucking off.
Well, that's never a good thing. Like, what did the individual do other than burn the place down? What was the reasoning behind burning the lodge down?
It was an accident. He admits to that,
Okay,
but it's an accident that
an expensive one.
an expensive one, and it wasn't the first time that that it had started. This is just the first time that no one caught it to put it out.
Okay, and why is this individual continuing to work for the lodge if they are prone to burn it down?
And you hear the loud footsteps. You hear some very loud footsteps behind you,
Okay,
coming from the area that was being worked in.
okay,
And they come up like good wide berth, like easily 15 feet of space, letting it so that way you can see them easily.
okay. Much
And it is
appreciated.
a fairly young looking dwarf. Doesn't look like he's even hit hundreds yet.
Okay,
Uh, Fairly good sized beard already, though. And while there is some gold beading in his beard, most
Mhm.
of it is like rodent skulls. Like there's like a squirrel skull that has been turned into a bead,
Okay.
uh, things like that.
Hmm.
The reason I haven't been kicked out is because I can track bears better than any of these fuckers.
Okay.
Also, I was the one that was able to close off the carrion problem about a year back. One of the mines
Carrion
had
problem.
a problem with crawlers, and if you get the right herbs and salves, it makes it so they don't want to go past anything. Buried it under a rock, but for us, it doesn't smell like anything but in nature. But to carrion crawlers, you might as well stick your head inside a volcano's fart.
You and I, we got to talk because we have a new infestation,
Probably not new. They probably just haven't died off. Probably other food sources down there.
including some miners.
Wow. Those ones that we couldn't get out. We tried our best. Only so much that a handful of us can do, and most of the dead ones that you probably spotted were the reason that we found out about it.
Okay. Yeah, because I was able to remove one of the crawlers, but
On your own?
yeah, three of them are still there that I know of. If we can get them to split up targets, I would be far more effective at removing them as a problem.
Understandable. Yep, till my job's done though. I'm not doing any hunting.
Well,
Resetting foundation and helping in the build process.
what would it cost to? I turned to her. What would it cost to replace his labor?
The bill still standing is 100,000. We still need to get more traps in. We still need to re-outfit tools, uh, reinstitute bedding, and be able to get the seed funds in that we lost when we. The building itself is almost finished. It's outfitting the building itself that costs a
Okay.
lot. Running a lodge is never cheap.
Nope, it's not. But considering the fact that I am in the process of setting up more of a uh, headquarters for the hunting back at the manor. I can see what kind of funds that we can free up to help with the re-outfitting. It would, I think it would fall quite nicely in under my purview because that is what I'm expected to take care of.
Well, if you can re-outfit and get that seed in, so where we can actually pay off a couple hunters to actually consider coming back. Financially, most people have left the area, either gone farther north, gone past the swamps, or went off to another land entirely.
Hmm. Well, I do intend to make our presence known as a viable location. So having you mostly set up before I start making waves, I think would be a advantageous proposition.
All right.
Now, if I am able to put money, a significant chunk in, what benefits do I have?
First and foremost, we're able to get a hunting and tracking system again. Be able to get more than just fish into the town, for one,
Mm-hmm.
as well as other resources, leathers for uh, tanners.
That I do understand. It's more than anything.
Also, we can start a uh, getting in the softer of the Hunters Guild in and have cartographers come through again.
Okay, so that's an advantage to the region, which I'm definitely all for. What I'm talking about is what would my investment be worth directly to me?
Finding it also helps bring in those that are either good at hunting or if they wash out of hunting and adventuring, look at them as prospects for helping with the town. Anyone that washes out of working here gets a guards.
Okay, I see. I definitely see the advantages there.
And if you come in through, and you also have access to our lodge itself,
Hmm.
and you would be, if you're the one funding it, you will be considered as the de facto head. So a
Okay,
cut of the wages and dues that come in goes into your pocket.
okay, good.
And
Uh,
dues will come in more regularly if they see that it's actually being used for something. It's one of the
yep.
reasons why we had to do seed in is a lot of people don't want to pay off their dues. We are behind several months on a lot of hunters that still use the area because they saw that their dues were only going into a pocket and nothing came of it.
That's understandable. That's understandable.
Why pay a group to help you out if and be overseer if they're not going to be overseer?
Yeah, definitely that, and that is definitely going to be changing. Initially, I have no issues with those any dues that we do get being reinvested back in supplies. I don't have to worry so much myself about finances. I can take care of myself. I want to see this venture grow and be profitable. I want to be the envy of other areas.
That's all we can hope for.
Okay.
And if I am to look at you as the potential new guild master, to whom do I have this pleasure of speaking?
My name is Justice. Some feel my form of justice is a little on the dark side, but it gets the job done. And this is part of the reason why I'm looking at this. By the way, who am I speaking with? And I point to both of them.
The dwarf stands up a little bit more proud. I am Galdic. Galdic Stone Run.
Pleasure.
Aldek.
EK. Okay. Almost got
And
it.
Stone Run is one word.
So what we also are going to need to do is find a way of preventing any further fiery accidents.
Oh, we've already figured that one. He's turned in his badge already.
Oh?
Until I can prove that I'm able to actually not burn down anything,
Mm-hmm.
as per initial contract, I did read over paragraph section 5 subsection 3. I am to give up smoking for at least a year before I can rejoin the guild.
Understandable. I will work with that, and we will find a way that if you must indulge, we find a way of making it a little bit safer for you and the rest of the guild members. And you are looking at her.
First off, give me a perception check.
That is a 19.
19. You know, having stood around her for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
and not able to see much of her,
Mm-hmm.
you are able to notice one particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's definitely not human.
Okay, what color are the eyes?
The color of the eyes are a very dark blue.
Okay.
But the skin tone is slightly grayish with a mild green tint to it. And she is taller than most humans that you have come across.
I'm 6'5". Is she taller than me?
She is just at height.
Okay.
Most humans you've come across are 5'4" to just under 6.
Yeah.
5'4" to 5'11"
Okay.
is the average range. But you also have seen many orcs, and orcs usually stand easily 7 foot, 7'1".
Okay.
And she does actually pull down her face covering and reveal, and as she does, she says, I am Lily Dravis. She is a half-orc.
Dravis. I'm assuming the lowly was
Lily.
Lily Dravis. Okay, Lily Dravis. Well
And
met,
she is
Lily.
a half orc.
Yeah.
And most people refer to half orcs as war breed. They are created for war. They are half orcs, dragonborn, and half elves. You know, are not natural, and half orcs are usually created on the cusp of a war.
Okay.
But this, with her age being in the early 20s,
Mm-hmm.
you can guess that she's probably a descendant of Warbreed,
Okay.
because Warbreed can interbreed, keep
Mm-hmm.
up ranks.
Okay. Well met, Lily. Well met, Galdic. Um. Okay. So, Galdic, you and I, we are going to have a discussion concerning any help that I can get to remove those carrion crawlers. I will see what I can do, what I can provide as seed money for the guild, Lily. Um, I think this is actually, it'd be nice to see what it looks like. Let's
Let's have it
proceed.
this way. She puts the arrow away finally and shoulders her
Mhm.
bow. And starts leading you off into the clearing area.
Okay.
The lodge is a fairly good size.
Mm-hmm.
From the outside, you can guess that this split level building is able to house probably 6 or 7 people comfortably.
Okay.
Upon entry, the first area that you come into is fairly open. There are a couple tables already set in place and a halfway decent kitchen at the far end of the building.
Okay.
To your left is the set of stairs. The stairs down immediately go into a hallway where you can see rooms.
Okay.
Stairs up, there's a little bit of a landing,
Mm-hmm.
and some logs have been set there, with some shorter logs and then a taller log. It looks like they've made a makeshift seating area,
Okay.
and there are 2 rooms up top, a
Okay.
smaller one and a larger one.
Mm-hmm.
The larger one looks to be more of an office in its design.
Okay.
We don't have much. We're able to keep the one of the trophies from the last lodge. That dire boar was a hell of a fight.
No doubt of that.
More trophies will be in here eventually, but
Mm-hmm.
got a couple tables that people already have worked on them. She says she brushes some cut marks,
Mm-hmm.
but not much.
So definitely need to work on bringing people back.
Bring people back. We need proper tools here. Most people are using just their field dressing kits.
Yes.
And we have some cots down there, but bare minimum setting up cot and hammock. And if we can get
Mm-hmm.
bunk beds to be able to pack in like we used to, bunk beds and foot lockers.
Okay.
And
I'm
then set up the
gonna.
office. Currently, I have a split tree as a desk. and a log as a chair, but I have no way to organize up there. I hate being in there to begin with. If you're able to find
Well,
someone that can run this, I'd rather run the field.
okay. Going back to your washouts might be something to look at. If there's one that has a little bit more of an administrative bent, that understands hunting, may not be able to be a hunter, that might be the best combination that we can get.
If we can find someone that's able to do administration. I'm able
Oh,
to run
we
the
can
people.
find administration. That's not the issue. It's someone who also understands what we do.
Yeah.
Okay. So a few things. We need an administrator. Seed money. Basic furniture. Minimal. A minimum standard of tools. Okay. As you mentioned, okay, they're doing most of the work with their field dressing kits. Do we have a place set up here that we can at least do initial tannings, initial cleanings, and so on and so forth, so that it will be a lot easier to transport all this down to the city, down to town?
We have space set up out back for that kind of
Good.
stuff, and it's going to spread around the entire building as we get more.
Yep.
As we know, none of us care. Aside from leaving tanning as far away from us as possible.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm definitely thinking at least a minimum standard, so that we can get a better price back in town for what we hand them over.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let me see what I can do. We'll discuss more once I have the funds, and potentially extra manpower to help get this up and running. See what the town can provide for us, if only just the basics. Okay, blankets, bedding,
Yeah.
stuff that's a little bit more of a challenge to get out here. We can provide all the wood we need. We just need everything else.
Right. Including crafters that can take the wood we can gather.
Yep. Getting a number of them. Well, I have not had a chance to go through town and examine what guilds we do have, mainly due to the fact that we had to get rid of the false duke. That was priority number one.
Yeah.
No, he is gone. He will not bother us anymore. And we have quite a few possible leads to sources of income for everyone. Part of the reason I would like Galdic, I would like your services for a week or so, is because that's an iron mine. And, well, that would be very helpful, having that iron to be able to make the tools that we need. I want to get that mine up and running as quickly as possible.
Getting the mine actually running again is going to be the hard part. Doesn't matter if we clean it out.
They'll be scared.
Most of my kinfolk have abandoned that mine. Several mines in the area.
I'm assuming due to similar reasons.
Similar reasons or trust.
Which again, I would like to work with you on that because they're not going to listen to me. They need to see from one of their kin that this is a place that they can make a good living and do what they enjoy doing.
Well, that's if the trust can go both ways. It's all started the same way about a year ago.
Yep. We'll just have to give it time. I'm not expecting any of that to be up and running in the next month or two. It's going to take some time to make sure that everything is in place the way it should.
All right.
Okay. Well, it was great meeting the two of you. I'm sure we will see each other regularly. I have a few more things I have to take care of, as I said, back in town, and I will see who I can bring up and what supplies I can bring up.
All right.
Okay, so then I head off, and as I'm making my way back, or actually, I'm trying to angle myself towards town now,
All right.
rather than going back to the lodge, or back to the manor.
You are able to, as you like weave through the trees, sometimes occasionally heading back to the road.
There
You're
is
able
a
to see
road.
the lake. You are able to see the lake,
Okay.
which almost looks like the ocean, but you know that it's not.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but there is a road that comes near here.
Yes, it's about a half day travel.
Okay,
A good
that's
6
not
hours,
that bad.
and there is already a path forming.
Okay, so absolute worst case scenario, if we need to, we can bring in any of the heavier supplies via horse.
Yeah, and again, this as you're traveling down about one of you about a day in, you see the offshoot for the for another trail, and you can assume that this is where the last one was.
Okay.
And it's starting to look overgrown,
Mm-hmm.
but you're pretty sure that back in the day you could have probably gotten a cart in and out reasonably.
Okay.
It'd
So
have
in
been the
other
same
words,
speed as walking, but you could at least get a cart in and out.
okay. So then, more than likely, I'm going to need some manpower to clear out a path. Manpower, clear out path. Um, and actually, that would work to our advantage because clearing out the path close to the lodge, that means we can leave the wood at the lodge for any work that we need there. I'm going to need, though, some woodworkers. Okay. Woodworkers, carpenters, smiths. Okay. Oh, yes. I guess tailors for bedding and stuff like that. Okay. I think I know what I need to get in town. So then let's head down to town and go talk to the apothecary and start looking around for all the various things that I need here. Actually, no, I'm not going to need to go up to the manor to find out how much money I can use to get that lodge up and running. Okay, so apothecary first.
All right. As you get to the town, it takes you a good bit of time, and it's not much of a hassle getting down, especially because you're moving very quickly at night.
Mm-hmm.
As you're getting into town, you can see off in the distance, moving in towards the docks, there is a ship.
Okay.
The uh, what is that? The headpiece
Mm-hmm.
is a bird.
Okay. Does this ship look familiar at all, or
Not to you.
okay?
It is a
Flag.
reasonably no flag. Oh, actually, there is a flag, but it is a one that you don't really recognize.
Okay.
It's a uh, triangle, and there are you can actually even from this distance see that there's holes punched through it,
Okay.
and it is from where you're seeing black.
The triangle is black, or
The triangle
the.
is black. Like the flag itself is a triangle.
Oh, okay.
So think of like those like college sports flags that you see people hang
Yep.
up, like the
Yep.
really long triangle. It's one of those, and there's holes punched into the triangle.
Okay. Hmm.
You're able to find the apothecary,
Okay.
and it is a uh, old tiefling.
Okay.
His very deep red skin has marks of tattoos on it,
Okay.
and there is like bits of branching and string and vines that he has used to decorate his horns.
Okay. Interesting.
He has a very long, thin mustache that connects into a reasonably full beard that goes all the way up.
Okay.
From
I
what
was
you've
gonna
seen of
say.
tieflings before, which is not very often,
Mm-hmm.
men end up able to gain like very thin mustaches
Mm-hmm.
that grow really fast. But the rest of facial hair takes a while. But it does look like he keeps his appearance fairly well kept.
Okay. Well, that's good. I would. I would hate to be in an apothecary that's not detail oriented.
You notice that there are that he's working on a something box
Mm-hmm.
when you come in.
Okay. So, well met, good sir.
Matt, and how may I be of assistance to you?
Um. I need to extract some fluids from a creature to be able to use in a more humane manner to capture lawbreakers, among others.
Do you have the materials that you would need?
I do still have the. Well, I go and pull out the head.
Ah, the cave-dwelling Cretarius Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
And you're, by the looks of it, we're only able to save the poison sacks. I can deal with this. It's going to take some time, but I can put this on my list of things to do.
Most definitely. I'm in no rush. I would rather you do a thorough job than rush it and come back and find out that I don't have anything.
Especially seeing as it looks fairly new, and he actually pulled out a leather glove and starts moving it around.
Uh, yes, I was able to preserve it, but it's up from the mines. I need to be able to clear those as we want to get those metals back up and back up and supplying the town.
Be very nice. Very yes, I can. Sorry. Sorry. Yes, I can get these done. Well, it's not going to be cheap. I apologize. My work will slow it down, and I need to get hold of some herbs that should be coming in on a. The ship is a little old. The herbs should be dry though, so we should be fine.
What are we talking for cost?
I apologize for how steep this is. 5 gold is more than most can afford, but I should cover things plus be able to catch me a few more candles throughout the week. And there is that.
Okay, I dropped 6 on the table.
He moves 5 across and puts them into his apron.
The 6th is just to make sure that you have everything you need, not only for this, but for future investments.
You're not the first person this week to pay for tasks, and I set my prices specifically. I don't know of many places here that will be able to skirt this very well. So, to avoid headaches and whatnot, I will use the 5 gold as needed and requested. I thank you for your concern, child, but
I don't move the gold, but it's actually I don't know what Sorka looks like. Well, don't know what their face looks like. What race was she? Do I
you
know
don't know.
her?
You
Okay.
do not know her ancestry.
Okay. I'm assuming the other individual came from the manor as well.
Yes, masked woman, very nice, very friendly. Helped me with a problem I was having.
Oh, always good to hear. Yes, we are working together to reinvigorate the region, bring it up to par, potentially bring it to be a little bit of a spot of envy for other regions.
Most people who come through that move towards the manor say such things, but time will tell.
Of course. Okay, it's your trust has been broken more than once, I don't doubt. We'll
Oh,
see.
I am one of 3 kin here. I don't really trust many that come through.
Well then, sir, I will leave you to your work. And
I will send
actually,
a runner when.
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Healing poultices.
I've already ran through most of my stockhold of creating such endeavors. She
Mm-hmm.
is the one that has cleared me out on that, and if my shipments are able to get in, then I will be able to look forward to other solves and things in the future.
How much of a down payment would you require to ensure I get a few of those when you do have them?
I make things for each customer individually.
Okay. Then we'll be seeing each other. And I turn and walk away.
As you get outside,
Mm-hmm.
you hear some yelling and screaming.
Okay.
And as you start looking around, you're able to see Sorka a little ways off with a new kit.
Mm-hmm.
Down the way, uh, you're able to see the Black Barrel, the Black Barrels outside of the tavern, and
Mm-hmm.
you see Dionysus sprint north, and about 5 seconds behind him, you see Tala sprinting as well.
Okay.
You do get the strong feeling that whatever it is that's making these people run, it's probably something that that those two can handle.
Okay.
Seeing as, like, on the heels of Tala, you see a handful of guards chasing up.
Okay, that could be taken one way or the other. They're being chased by the guards, or they're grabbing the guards and taking them with.
Well, Tala is the one that it looks to be a leading point.
Okay. Then yes, I will leave them to it.
You also see the ship is starting to dock, and down near the ship, you see Wells.
Okay.
Coming off of the ship, you see a fairly unique individual. Black and white pattern motif of clothing and hair. They get off the ship and, after a moment of looking around, start talking to Wells. You see the guards come back in reasonable calmness.
Mm-hmm.
As you start moving towards the docks to find out what is going on,
Mm-hmm.
to your right, there is you see Dionysus, who is flanked by by Tala
Mm-hmm.
and a mostly bald individual wearing a bright yellow coat, a lot of purple clothing, and looks to be undead.
Okay.
Before you can fully process that, you're able to your eye is caught to the ship again. You see a half elf run down the wharf and then up the gangplank. And from your angle, you're able to see him almost dive tackle a drow man that was coming out of the looked to be the captain's quarters underneath the main dock, underneath the second floor.
Yep.
And you're able to see a woman starting to come off of the ship. Her bright red hair glimmering in the sun, shocks of green throughout her hair. In a fairly good amount of plate armor that is colored red. Armor coming down the majority of her left arm, her right arm completely exposed. A large sword upon her back, and a bag being carried by 2 mage hands. And a smile upon her face.
Okay.
And you realize that Sola, the lieutenant of the Red Lotus, has just made her way to your docks.
Ah.
And as the camera pans from those visuals up to the sky, we will call our session. At the very back end of your session, we have two things. One, I'm going to have you roll a D100 real quick. I might need to make you roll again, depending on what you get.
20.
20. Perfect. So that will be... So that is a piece for the future.
Mm-hmm.
It is a benefit for the manor being mostly finished by the end of this time range. Our regular sessions will pick back up on the 6th, so 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now sounds good.
Yep, and the rest of the party will be able to see the reintroduction of Winter and the new character that he is playing, and you will be able to meet our new player and his character. Our new player is Thistle Shifter from TikTok. He is a good friend that I've made through there. And the last bit of bookkeeping is the Black Barrel Tavern is actually getting close to being done with our first run of little goodies. I'm going to mess with my camera just a hair real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Turn off my autofocus so that way I can show off our... See if we can get it to focus.
Black Barrel Tavern and Inn, yes.
The Black Barrel Tavern stickers. We are also going to be working on stickers for different classes. And within those sticker range areas, we are going to make them fully themed through. We're going to have Barony exclusive stickers. We're also going to have most of, if not all of our patterns that we do for our major sticker lines are going to have several, if not as many of the flags that we can for the Alphabet Mafia, including ones that you don't see very often. Because there are stickers that I would like to see more. Ones I'm not sure I would directly rep it myself, but I want that sucker covered in mostly stickers. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to want that as well. So, as an additional note, first run sticker sets that we do will be going to every one of the certified Guildhall gamers. Free of charge. Because you certifieds, you're playing in our shenanigans. Therefore, I think you should be able to get some stickers of our shenanigans.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right.
It's gonna be something interesting, especially for Be the Flags, because yes, there are quite a few, especially those that that I identify with that don't get shown very often.
Exactly. So, until next time, be well, roll safe. Yeah.
Okay.